You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Look at the stars. The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars. So whenever you feel alone, just remember that those kings will always be there to guide you.
I don't think it is very useful to speculate on what God might or might not be able to do. Rather, we should examine what he actually does with the universe we live in.
We are all explorers, driven to know what's over the horizon. The most profound discoveries are not necessarily beyond that next star. They're within us, woven into the threads that bind us.
Hello, beautiful people. Happy Friday, happy Venus Day, and let's get lost together in the dreaminess of Pisces season. I'm definitely feeling that fantastical, magical energy, really trying to lean into my intuition as the moon, is now in Cancer. So we have a harmonious connection between the sun and the moon this weekend, both in water signs. In this episode of Transits today, we're going to walk through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. What energy is coming at us each day of the weekend, how to best navigate it, how to best align with it, and at the end, we will pull 3 card pulls from a tarot deck to see what messages need to come through. So if you're watching this live, get comfortable, get ready to ask your questions. Let me know where Cancer and Pisces are in your chart. Those areas are going to be most activated. And if you're finding this later, after the stream is over, I will enter bookmarks, navigation chapters into the description and on the timeline so you can jump to whichever day you're looking for guidance. So let's get started. As I mentioned, it's a very dreamy energy right now. We have a ton of planets in Pisces. The Pisces energy is really peaking. Of course, we're in Pisces season. The sun is in Pisces, but we also have Jupiter in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, now Mercury in Pisces. So a majority of our planets are now in the sign of the fish. There's still quite a bit of Aquarian energy in the background as well, with Mars and Venus pulling away from that conjunction in Aquarius, with Saturn in Aquarius, of course, but Pisces energy is really dominating the current chart right now. So if you're feeling a little bit lost, in your own imagination, you're right on track. And really, this is a beautiful time in general, just to really get clear on your intuition, lean into that energy rather than your rational mind, especially with Mercury and Pisces right now. I don't know about you, but my mind has been going all sorts of different imaginative places. I've been getting all these big ideas and big dreams coming through, but there's not a whole lot of clarity when Mercury is in Pisces. So as we talk through the energy of the weekend, this is really a time to let yourself dream, let creativity flow through you, and just let yourself flow through life. As you'll notice as well, when Mercury is in Pisces, it's in a weak position, so communication is not quite as clear. I've already noticed myself stumbling over my words a little bit more. I'm also ruled by Mercury, so Mercury being at fall right now is like, thoughts and words are a little jumbled for me. But I've really been just trying to lean into and flow with whatever's coming my way right now. This morning, I didn't stream early. I decided to come on this afternoon because that's just what intuitively felt right. So let me know how you're feeling with all this Pisces energy, and let's jump into what's happening today. So I'll pull up the chart here, and you can see right now, the moon is at 6 degrees in Cancer. Cancer is also a water sign, and the moon is at home in Cancer. It really loves to be here. When the moon comes back to its home sign, which it did about midnight Pacific time, we're really under this fresh energy of the Cancer moon. It's inviting us to come back to our emotional body, to really attune to our emotions, to connect with our body and find safety in our physical surroundings and in our emotional state. We'll want to be comfortable this weekend. We'll want to be comfortable in our own homes. We'll want to be around people who make us feel comfortable. We'll really feel nurtured by comfort in general. So the moon is just past the first quarter phase. It's a waxing gibbous moon now. It's gaining energy. It's gaining momentum as we look towards next Friday's full moon in Virgo. And this is a time with the moon in Cancer gaining energy where it could feel like a lot of emotions are coming in, flowing through you. It's like the faucet was just turned on, and depending on where Cancer is in your chart, it could feel like a trickle of emotions or a flood of emotions. This is why it's really beautiful to track your own emotions with the moon movements, because you can start to recognize, okay, when the moon's in Cancer, this tends to be how it affects me. When the moon's in my, first house, this is how it affects me, XYZ. But yes, emotional comfort is going to be at the top of our list as far as what we need to feel nurtured this weekend. So get ready to get cozy, and don't be surprised if like that nesting energy starts to kick in today. The moon's already made a couple connections this Friday. The first connection it made was to Mercury in Pisces, a harmonious connection between the moon and Mercury. That happened at 4 a.m. Pacific time. So you might have had really vivid dreams. If you did, pay attention to any messages that came through or downloads that came through while you were sleeping, especially with Mercury in Pisces, the sign that's most commonly associated with our dreams. Really, over the next couple weeks while Mercury transits through Pisces, we could be receiving more messages through our dream state. So just be open to that, but especially pay attention if you had a vivid dream last night. Also, if you live on the East Coast, you might have been waking up under this trine between the moon and Mercury. You might have even had some intuitive downloads or powerful messages come through. So pay attention to anything that kind of popped into your head, whether you were asleep or awake. Then at 7 a.m., the moon formed this awkward angle to Venus and Mars in Aquarius. So we started our Friday really aware of what adjustments we need to make in order to align with our values, in order to align with our desires. We might not have been feeling 100% motivated this Friday morning. I certainly wasn't. And, it's funny tracking the transits because they always show up in my life, even when I know they're coming. But this morning I really felt that. I don't know about you, but really this awareness of, okay, what kind of obstacles are in my path? What resistance am I creating for myself where I'm not fully aligned with what I'm trying to call in, what I truly desire? So if that's come up for you today, you're right on track. And this could have also left you feeling a little bit emotionally needy or creating some tension in your relationships throughout the day this Friday. Beware of being impulsive with Mars in Aquarius, forming this imbalanced angle to the moon. Being impulsive is not going to lead you in the direction you want to go, especially if your emotions are heightened under this Cancer moon. Just pay attention to whatever neediness or discomfort has come up for you today. Those are the areas that are showing you, the messages that are showing you what blocks you need to clear, what adjustments you need to make in order to fully align with your desires, whatever you're trying to call in, whatever direction you're trying to go. And the last connection the moon makes today, it's all about the Cancer moon today and tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. No planetary connections until Sunday. We have a major connection on Sunday that I'm excited to talk about. But tonight, 10 p.m. Pacific time, so just as the weekend is really getting going, the moon gets support from Uranus. So although the moon is in the sign of Cancer and we might feel a little bit more like homebodies with the moon in Cancer, this support from Uranus is really preparing us for the abundant energy to come this weekend. We have a really abundant weekend ahead of us when it comes to the transits that we're going to experience. And when the moon gets support from Uranus, the planet of excitement, change, rebellion, breakthroughs, This can put us in the mood for excitement or even like liberation. We'll be ready to feel free this weekend. That could be free emotionally, like releasing emotions, or we're just ready to be in a good mood this weekend by the end of Friday. This could even feel like a shift in your mood or a boost in your mood late Friday night, and really just in time for all the fortunate energy coming our way. So this sextile between the moon and Uranus at 10 p.m. Pacific time this Friday is almost giving us a little preview of the excitement or abundance to come this weekend. But really this Friday is all about getting comfortable in that Cancer moon energy, because it's going to start making some really powerful connections on Saturday, and Pisces energy in general is going to dominate this weekend. So again, this is a great time to pull out your own chart. You can always calculate your chart for free at thespiritualjournalist.com/birth chart. See where Cancer and Pisces fall in your own chart. What houses are they ruling? What planets are in those signs? There's going to be a lot of harmonious connections between Cancer and Pisces, and specifically take a look at where Pisces is, right? What house it rules. That area of your chart is really going to be activated, because on Sunday morning we have a conjunction between the Sun and Neptune in Pisces. So it's really helpful to know what area of your life that's going to activate, so you can lean into it a little bit further if you're feeling called to do so. So yes, Friday is all about this Cancer moon. The moon's been in Gemini over the past couple days, and we might have felt like we're mentally processing a lot of things, mentally processing a lot of emotions with the moon in Gemini, even bouncing emotions off of other people, having conversations about how we feel. Now with the moon in Cancer, it's like our emotions are coming back down into our body. We're more connected to our intuition, to how emotions are taking up space in our bodies, and we'll be able to feel things more deeply rather than process them mentally. It'll feel like emotions are actually like physically taking up space. We'll be able to feel things more sensitively or viscerally. So that's what's going on Friday. Lots of Cancer energy with the moon diving into Cancer. Now let's talk through what's happening on Saturday. So we'll jump ahead on our chart here and see what's going on. So Saturday we have two different trines, harmonious connections between the Cancer moon and Jupiter, and then the Cancer moon and Neptune. All the good vibes. This is a very abundant day this Saturday. Again, the moon in Cancer, we're more aware of our intuition. Gut feelings can be felt more easily, and listening to our intuition will be more easy as well. Even if you have this like craving for comfort over the weekend, tidying your home will feel very nurturing this weekend. Nourishing your body with healthy food will feel very nurturing this weekend. So the first connection this Cancer moon makes on Saturday is a harmonious angle to Jupiter. That happens at 8 a.m. Pacific time Saturday morning. Best transit. I mean, really, you can't ask for a more abundant moon transit. A trine, a 120-degree angle, is a very fortunate connection. It brings good fortune, it brings good luck, and it brings ease and flow between these two energies. The moon in Cancer is right at home. Jupiter in Pisces is right at home. So we'll feel more optimistic. We'll feel more abundant. We can actually expect good fortune if we're tuned into our intuition. This is just setting the stage for a very beautiful, abundant, optimistic, hopeful Saturday. It'll be easier to lean into hope. And also there's this sense of spirituality and trust. These transits on Saturday are really asking us to trust all day, to surrender to a plan greater than our understanding. Jupiter allows us to do so and really feel that we're being supported and being held. There's this level of, optimism, and it'll be easier to feel hopeful by Saturday morning. Now, the moon does make an uncomfortable connection on Saturday afternoon to Saturn. This is an imbalanced angle at quincunx at 4 p.m. Pacific time. When the moon makes this awkward connection to Saturn, it could remind us just subtly in the background of any limits, any boundaries holding us back. It'll feel like a subtle nudge or even just like a speed bump. We're starting the day with all this abundant energy. We're ending the day with very abundant energy as well. But in the middle of it, you might hit a little snag or a speed bump thanks to Saturn, the great teacher of the zodiac. This could just feel like a slowdown or a snag or something that's like, hey, you're feeling great, but there's something you have to deal with over here. It's not anything that's going to derail your entire day. But a conjunct, this imbalanced angle, is again asking us to make adjustments. So if a speed bump does come up, if a limit does present itself, this is actually an opportunity for you to clear it so you can keep moving towards the goal. You can keep gaining momentum as we head towards the full moon next Friday. So don't be discouraged, even if there is a hurdle or a limiting belief that enters your awareness on Saturday afternoon. And then Saturday evening, we have another harmonious connection between the Cancer moon and Neptune as well as the sun, because Neptune and the sun are coming into a conjunction early Sunday morning. So when the moon connects with Neptune and the sun on Saturday night, it's priming us for this conjunction. It's getting us emotionally connected or intuitively aware of this conjunction between the sun and Neptune. This is an opportunity Saturday night to get a little lost in a fantasy. This is an extremely creative energy, a beautiful time to create art, to go dancing, to listen to music on Saturday night, all beautiful ways to clear emotions or align with your intuition, but also to align with abundance. If you're feeling really good, you can call in beautiful things more easily. So lean into the energy of fantasy, lean into the energy of beauty. Creativity can help you push the boundaries of your imagination as well. Fantasy is your friend this weekend. This is really just setting this dreamy stage for the conjunction on Sunday morning. We'll even feel more confident on Saturday night because the moon is harmonizing with the sun. Our internal emotional state is harmonizing with our external expression. So we're more excited. We're showing up as the fullest, most beautiful version of ourselves. And our imagination can actually lead to good fortune under this harmonious connection between the moon and Neptune. This could also just look like really beautiful dreams on Saturday night, or, just allowing yourself to get lost and have a little fun. It's not like a fiery fun energy. It's more of a creative fun energy. We have tons and tons of water energy this weekend. So it's really about creativity, about flowing with whatever is popping up for you, whatever's coming your way, really trying to flow through the energy. There's very little resistance with water energy. So very little resistance as far as bringing in new ideas, as far as listening to our intuition, and we can connect with others more easily because we're more connected to ourselves and our own intuition and our own emotion. So also in the background, we still have Venus and Mars. On Saturday, it's the last day that they're within a degree of each other. And this is kind of this final opportunity of attraction. Venus and Mars have been conjunct since about Valentine's Day. So over the past month, the energy of attraction has been very strong. Our masculine and feminine energies have been working together. And it's really a perfect kind of alignment that this is the last moment that they're together as the sun forms a conjunction to Neptune. It's really allowing us to use all parts of ourselves, both our masculine and feminine energy, to dream even bigger, to call in a vision that maybe we don't even think is possible. But with Mars and Venus working together, the power of attraction is really strong. So dreaming really big this weekend is, if you're looking to manifest something, creating art around it, even journaling, scripting about it, allowing yourself to imagine what it would feel like when you already have that thing. Really just being in the energy of attraction is going to be extremely potent this Saturday night. So that's what's going on Saturday. Now let's talk about the beautiful conjunction on Sunday. And what are you guys saying in the comments? Hi, Cassie. So good to see you. Ready for a lucky Sunday. Tuned in and ready for abundance. And yes, fantasy is your friend. Oh, thank you so much, Emily. That makes me so happy. Thank you. I'm so glad you found us here. All right, let's talk about the beautiful conjunction between the Sun and Neptune and Pisces this Sunday. It's been a very quiet energy leading up to this conjunction, and I don't think we have a whole lot going on directly following it with the planets. So really, it's been all about the moon the last couple days. We've been really social, chatty, conversational with the moon in Gemini. The moon in Cancer now is inviting us to really dive into our intuition, get really aligned with our emotions. And Pisces energy likes us to be in our emotions, definitely. We're more sensitive during Pisces season. We're more compassionate and empathetic. And the Cancer moon is only supporting that energy. So what happens when the Sun and Neptune meet up in the sky? Let's show you on our chart here. You can see on the chart as well, there are a ton of planets in Pisces and Aquarius. Like I said, all the planets are over here on this side of the chart. The only planet in an Earth, or two planets in Earth signs right now, we have Pluto and Uranus in Earth signs. No fire energy until Sunday night. So really, I keep saying, align with your intuition, but that's what the forecast is calling for. Really diving deep into your own emotions. And that doesn't mean it has to be sad or negative. It's just really getting comfortable with how you truly feel about life, about any situation. If you're trying to call something in, how do you truly feel about it? Is there resistance there? How would you feel? The Sun and Neptune are asking you to get in the energy of how it would feel to already have that thing you're trying to call in. So this is at 4:30 a.m. Pacific time that the Sun forms a conjunction to Neptune. We'll still be feeling the energy before it on Saturday throughout the day and on Monday as well. But when the Pisces Sun meets up with Neptune in Pisces, Neptune is Pisces' modern ruler as well. So this is really, really Pisces energy, the most Pisces energy, especially with Jupiter close by, Pisces' traditional ruler. This is amplifying our intuition even more. The Sun is our life force energy. And when the Sun is forming a conjunction or an opposition to another planet, it's really illuminating it and highlighting it. And in this case, we can almost visualize the Pisces Sun supercharging Neptune. So our ability to dream, fantasize, imagine is going to be extremely heightened and have a lot of force behind it on Sunday morning, even in Saturday and Monday as well. We have an abundance of creative energy to work with this weekend. Make art, listen to music, dance, however you best express your creativity. Even moving creativity through your body feels very much aligned with these transits. Our imagination is truly our superpower when the Sun meets up with Neptune. We can take dreams and start to put them into reality when the Sun meets up with Neptune. We can push the boundaries of our consciousness when the Sun meets up with Neptune. So this is a beautiful time for meditation, for spiritual practices as well, because Neptune doesn't just rule our imagination and our dream state, but also our ability to connect with something that it's belief, our ability to connect with our own belief, things that we can't fully make sense of. We don't have all the information, but we can truly believe in them, in an energy, in spirituality, in religion. All these things are ruled by Neptune. And that's why imagination is truly our superpower under this transit. Even if you're someone who is, traditionally religious, maybe you're Catholic, you have to use your imagination to believe the things you believe, right? You can read the Bible, but you have to be able to lean into your imagination and envision the stories you're reading in the Bible in order to truly believe them. The same goes for spirituality. The same goes for your own personal dreams. You have to be able to envision them and believe that they're possible for them to fully manifest for you. So this is really inviting us to push the boundaries of our consciousness, push the boundaries of what we believe is possible and push the boundaries of our imagination. Meditation, like I said, is a great way to use this. Art is a great way to use this. It's funny though, because sleep can actually be really beneficial under this transit as well. Although the sun rules kind of like our awake consciousness, don't be surprised if you have some, really throughout the weekend, some epiphanies that come through in your dream state or while you're sleeping. This would be a great weekend to keep a journal next to your bed and write in it immediately when you wake up, because when we're dreaming, we're already in a state that's more tapped into what's beyond our comprehension, right? Like dreaming is the perfect comparison to Neptune. That's why it's called the planet of dreams, because we're able to see things with our eyes closed. We're able to go other places with our eyes closed. Physically, it doesn't really make sense what we're experiencing, but emotionally, we can gain information through our dream state. We can connect with people in other realms through our dream state. So this energy is really all about believing things that you can't see. And we know creativity is a great way to tap into that. Meditation is a great way to tap into that. Any spiritual practice. Just expect magic this weekend. That's really the bottom line. All of this creative, watery energy is setting the stage for some magic to happen for you. So let's talk about what's going on with the moon on Sunday. The moon hangs out in Cancer for most of the morning. Still this waxing moon, gaining energy, really allowing us to attune to our emotions. And we're pulling away from that harmonious angle between the moon, the sun, and Neptune. So emotions are flowing through easily. We're able to use our imagination easily. But at 9 a.m. on Sunday, the moon is going to oppose Pluto. This is probably the most intense transit of the weekend. So if you're like dreamy, fantasy, woo, Saturday night, Sunday morning, and then all of a sudden there's like a power struggle or some sort of intensity that comes your way, you can thank Pluto for that. Because too much emotional energy isn't always a good thing. Our emotions are certainly heightened with the moon in Cancer, and our sensitivities are heightened with all of this Pisces energy. And, that can create some sticky situations for us. So power struggles could happen when the moon opposes Pluto in Capricorn. We have the Cancer moon and Pluto and Capricorn directly opposing each other in the chart. You can see that on the chart right now. The moon is over here. This is right when it moves into Leo later in the afternoon, but you get the idea. It's directly across from Pluto. This really is asking us, this opposition, this is like a make or break energy anytime we have an opposition. So the downfall of it is power struggles, manipulation, forcing us to face our own shadows or other people's shadows. People really maybe letting their subconscious dictate the situation rather than being more mindful. But the plus side, the silver lining of this opposition is that we're being asked to trust. We're being asked to believe. If we're feeling emotionally overwhelmed, this is a time of releasing, letting go of limiting beliefs, and just trusting in a plan greater than our understanding. That's, again, the energy of the whole weekend is like trusting, flowing, letting go, creating. But especially when the moon opposes Pluto, we're really going to want to lean into that energy to avoid any major blow-ups. Because this could, like I said, cause power struggles, fighting, but really allow yourself to witness powerful emotions, whether they're coming from you or from someone else, because we know powerful emotions, intense emotions are not bad. No emotions are good or bad. They're all here to guide us, to show us something, right? So what are your emotions showing you? How can you work with them? How can you listen to them? The Cancer moon really wants us to listen to our emotions, to give them space to develop, to lead us. We can be led by our emotions with the moon in Cancer. So, it's a balance, right? We want to be aligned with our emotions, but we don't want to let them fully take the wheel. So let's just ask, if anything intense comes up, what is this showing me? What do I need to do with this? How can I use this to my advantage? How can I learn from this? Then the moon goes void from 11 a.m. to 12:30, a short period of time on Sunday afternoon. Great time for a cat nap, low-key vibe, take a chill pill. Not a great time to start anything new. Maybe tie up some loose ends before the moon moves into Leo. That happens at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time this Sunday. And when the moon moves into Leo, it's finally, we have some fire energy in the forecast again. It's been a while. But this can really amp up the dramatics, not in a bad way, just we get some fire under our asses when the moon moves into Leo. It kind of lights that internal spark, getting us excited for the week ahead, giving us energy as we look to the week ahead, and really allowing ourselves to express, to let our authenticity shine when the moon is in Leo. It'll feel good for the soul to let anything that's been kind of creatively brewing with all of this imaginative, artistic energy over the weekend. The moon in Leo is inviting us to let it out over the coming days, to show it off, to release it into the world. So you might be already feeling that energy when the moon moves into Leo on Sunday afternoon. The only connection the Leo moon makes on Sunday is an awkward angle to Mars. It'll form that same awkward angle to Venus on Monday morning because now Venus and Mars aren't together anymore. They're starting to pull away from each other, which feels so sad. They've been there hand in hand supporting us for the past month. Now they're starting to separate again. It's okay, though. We'll be okay. So when the moon gets this awkward connection to Mars, it can feel like our emotions, this desire or emotional need to express ourselves, like I was just saying with the moon in Leo, are actually at odds with our energy levels. So you might be feeling tired on Sunday night, kind of ready to go to bed, but there's part of you that's like, oh, I'm so excited to release all these beautiful things, all this creative energy into the world. So that's kind of how that might show up for you. It could manifest as either an abundance of energy, like, oh, okay, I'm so excited, even though we need to shut down and go to bed and get ready for the week ahead, or a lack of energy, even though we know internally that we have all of this excitement that we're ready to share for the week ahead. We could feel motivated for the week ahead, but unable to actually take action yet. Also, that's kind of how it could show up. So, like I said, there is a distance or an uncomfortableness between our desires, our want to express ourselves and show up, and the actual energy we have to do so. That'll change as the Leo moon makes some more, I guess the Leo moon is going to make some awkward connections actually over the next couple of days, some oppositions. Although, you know what? It's not an awkward angle to Mars. I just realized it's an opposition to Mars. Still kind of the same energy because the moon in Leo is going to be opposite all the planets in Aquarius. But it's still that, like, I want to express myself, but I don't have the energy to, they're at odds with each other, our energy levels and our need or to put ourselves out there. So over the next couple of days, next week, there's going to be a lot of oppositions between the moon and Leo and all those planets in Aquarius, and some uncomfortable connections between the moon in Leo and all of the planets in Pisces. And then we have some squares to deal with, or a square to deal with, I should say, between the moon and Taurus over the next couple of days, or Uranus and Taurus over the next couple of days. So this Leo moon could be a little bit fiery, maybe even more fiery than we bargained for. Just fair warning as we start a new week. But before you start looking ahead to the next week, really lean into the magical, abundant energy of this weekend, because it's going to be very magical. It's going to be so dreamy. And if you're already feeling that dreamy energy, we're already feeling the conjunction between the sun and Neptune. A lot of astrologers use like a 5-degree orb around a conjunction to see when we're going to start to feel the energy. So we're already feeling that dreamy energy. I know some of you at the beginning of this live stream were saying, yeah, we're feeling it. I am too, for sure. Getting a little lost in the old imagination up here. No fire energy at all this weekend. Yeah, but it could feel like you're really lost in your imagination, because fire energy helps us put all those thoughts into action. It helps us like move and do things. So we're kind of just going to be sitting in our own little emotional, imaginative bodies all weekend. And that's why creativity is a great way to use that energy. Hey, Shauna. So lovely to see you here. Sun and moon in Pisces, Mars, Venus, and Saturn in Aquarius, and almost no fire. This is like your weekend. I feel like, Shauna, you have like a lot of returns happening right now, which is really so perfect for everything that's happening for you and your new astrology business you're launching. Everybody go follow Shauna. It's at Shauna _ on Instagram. She has great astrology content she's putting out. She makes beautiful custom charts as well. And yeah, fire in the stars could be helpful for you though, because you are like, Shauna, I feel like this weekend is you. Like, seriously, I feel like this weekend is like total Shauna energy, like so dreamy, wants to explore all the spiritual things, maybe getting a little lost in a fantasy, just like very abundant, but also like we need some action, right? Like, just like you're saying. I love that. Yes, you'll get it on Sunday. You will get it on Sunday. Sun and Mercury, still, I mean, seriously, that just makes this weekend even more Shauna. Well, you are the most supportive. I love sending that support right back to you. This Leo moon's going to be fun for you, for sure. This, especially with all of your Aquarius placements, will really light a fire under your ass because it's going to be opposing all of your placements. So it's like, okay, let's face these things. Let's do it. I feel like this conjunction between the Sun and Neptune is kind of going to like open you up and give you that creative energy to move forward. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited for you. All right, let's do an overview of this weekend, and then we will do our 3-card pull. So the moon is in Cancer Friday and Saturday, really allowing us to tap into our intuition, lean into our emotions, get comfortable in our emotional body. And the moon is making several abundant connections to planets in Pisces, connecting with Mercury, connecting with Jupiter and Neptune. This is an energy of allowing emotions to flow through. There's a ton of water energy this weekend, and also allowing ourselves to get creative, to express ourselves artistically, to dream big. And that ability to dream big will only be amplified on Sunday morning when the Sun and Neptune come into a beautiful, dreamy conjunction, allowing us to push the limits of our imagination, to expand our consciousness, maybe lighting up different parts of our imagination that we didn't even realize were possible. Overall, the energy of this weekend is asking us to dream even bigger. This is a magical energy. It's asking us to push the boundaries of what we think is possible and lean into our ability to believe in ourselves, believe in the universe, believe in a plan greater than our understanding. Okay, let's pull some cards. I'm going to pull from this everyday tarot deck. I always give this disclaimer on Fridays. I'm not a tarot expert, but I love doing 3-card pulls from tarot decks. So as I'm shuffling, and as always, this is your chance to ask questions. Let me know how you're feeling with all this watery energy. Are you a very watery person or not? And how are you going to use this creative, imaginative, abundant, dreamy energy this weekend? Let me know. You have plans? Are you just going to stay at home, chill out under the Cancer moon? That's definitely welcome as well. Let me know. All right, what do we need to know as we head into this dreamy, creative, imaginative weekend ahead? What do we need to know? Ooh. Okay, I pulled 3 cards in reverse. Talk about the energy of confusion with all the Pisces energy and Neptune energy. Let's see what they have to say. So the first card I pulled is the Ace of Pentacles. This is our Friday card. What does she mean? Okay. Be cautious about accepting or making an offer related to your finances or career. The timing isn't right, and it may not come to fruition as expected. Assess the feasibility of your idea before proceeding. I think this card is reminding us that we're more easily deceived with all this Pisces energy. That's something I didn't really talk about, but Spirit wants us to talk about it. Although this is a beautiful time to be creative, to use our imagination, this weekend really isn't the time to start making moves yet or set things in stone. This is all about flowing. This is all about allowing things to happen, not necessarily making decisions. And with Mercury and Pisces over the next couple weeks, we can expect our mental state to be a little bit more clouded. So just keep that in mind. This isn't saying don't make any decisions at all, but if there is something you're contemplating and you're unsure about, this card is telling us, let's wait on it. Let's allow more information to come through. And that information could come through over the weekend with the conjunction between the Sun and Neptune. It could amplify our ability to believe in something, amplify our creative energy, allow us to see things a little bit differently by the end of the weekend. But for Friday, if you're on the fence about something, this card is telling you, just wait on it. Okay, the next card we have is the very next card in the deck for Saturday, the Two of Pentacles, also pulled in reverse. And it says, your schedule is overloaded and you're dropping the ball. Get yourself organized and don't be afraid to ask for help. You're not expected to do everything on your own. Wow, I feel like this is very spot on for me right now. But I think this card is inviting us to dream, to let go, to have a little fun, to play, to be creative this Saturday night. As we talked about, that's the perfect energy. And doing so is a great release from all the pressures that have been building up all week or that you're already looking ahead to next week. This is inviting us on Saturday to just let it go for the weekend, to just allow, and flow through the weekend. Stop trying to make it all happen. Don't use your weekend to check off your to-do list. Use your weekend to be creative and to be imaginative instead. And, if you are feeling emotionally overwhelmed because your schedule is overloaded and you feel like you're not getting everything done, sometimes it's hard for us to slow down in those moments because we're like, well, if we slow down, we're going to get even more behind, right? But creativity is healing. And do you ever notice that sometimes when you're feeling overwhelmed, if you just let yourself forget about it and, fall into a fantasy, that even if it's just like watching a movie or, getting lost in a show for a little bit, that actually it helps kind of clear some of that tension in your mental state or clear some of that tension in your body. And then you can show up with more energy as your best self heading into next week. So this is inviting you to let it go for the weekend. Just allow yourself to flow through the weekend. And then our Sunday card is the Eight of Swords, also pulled in reverse. And here's what it says. You are plagued by limiting self-beliefs that prevent you from moving forward. Change your belief system. Catch yourself when you are in a negative thought pattern and break the cycle. Okay, I hear you loud and clear, universe. It's funny because on Sunday, the moon opposes Pluto. We talked about that, right? And the moon opposing Pluto can really force us to face our limiting beliefs, force us to face our shadows. That's why it can cause some power struggles either internally or externally. So know that is probably going to happen, but also it says, you're plagued by limiting self-beliefs, preventing you from moving forward. This weekend is the time to allow yourself to integrate things, to flow through things, to align with your emotions, and being creative, pushing the boundaries of your consciousness, connecting to spirituality can help you clear any limiting beliefs, can help you connect to your magic, right? Creativity is a magical energy. So catch yourself, it says, when you are in a negative thought pattern and break the cycle. How can we break the cycle? By being creative. How can we break the cycle? By asking spirit for guidance, by meditating, by leaning into a belief greater than our understanding, right? Leaning into trusting that the universe has a greater plan, and trusting that we are worthy of what that plan is, trusting that we are worthy of what that plan is for us. Okay, so Catch yourself if limiting beliefs are coming up. Catch yourself if negativity is bleeding into this beautiful, magical weekend, and realign with the magic. Realign with the magic inside of you. You are the magic, right? You are spirit. You are the universe. You are an expression of God, of a power greater than our understanding. So belief, creativity, all of these tools are gifts that we can reach for when any negativity comes up. And really, although these cards had a little bit of a negative connotation, which is why I tend to stay away from tarot, to be honest, they're all showing us what could come up and what the remedy is. And the remedy is belief. The remedy is fun. The remedy is creativity. The remedy is loving yourself, tapping into your intuition. What is your intuition telling you? If it's telling you you're made for more, that can create a lot of resistance. That can create a little bit of like limiting beliefs coming up, right? But art, movement, dancing, belief, spirituality are all ways that we can reconnect with that magic and find that greater belief in ourselves. And yes, Shauna, this is the Everyday Tarot deck. I love it because it's a tiny little deck. I think it's by Biddy Tarot, Biddy. And I got it at a random little shop, I think in Oregon, about a year ago. But I like it because it's really basic and the descriptions are really short, easy to digest, makes it fun for a 3-card or multiple card pull as well. Hey girl, hope you're doing well. I've been seeing you on social media, dancing. I'm loving it, Brandy. And actually, Brandy, I'm going to reach out to you in the next couple weeks because I have an idea I want to share with you. So don't let me forget that. If you don't hear from me, contact me. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes. Lean into that Leo moon on Sunday night. Use creativity, playfulness. It's like all of this Cancer, Pisces energy leading up to the Leo moon is opening the receptors to the magic. It's allowing the creativity to flow through. Once the moon moves into Leo, we can take all that magical energy and start to do something with it, with that fire, and start to show up more as our authentic self. But first, we have to clear the limiting beliefs. We have to allow ourselves to trust that there is a plan for us and use the magic inside of us. I see you, girl. And I love that you just called it the spiritual drip. That's going to be a new thing. I love that so much. All right, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful Friday. I hope you have a beautiful weekend ahead. Might be a little emotional with all this water energy. That's totally okay. Remember, also, your emotions are just things you've been holding on to, clearing from your body, right? Releasing from your energy field. So if you need to cry this weekend, cry it out, okay? If you need to dance this weekend, put on your favorite song and dance in your living room. Creativity and emotions really go hand in hand. Both of them are releases. So I hope you give yourself a chance to be creative, to be magical this weekend. And let me know whenever you're watching this video, comment below with your plans for the weekend or how you're going to use this energy, how you're going to be intentional about flowing through this very watery weekend. All right. Next week, we have a new episode of The Spiritual Journalist next Tuesday, all about feng shui, which is going to be really fun. I'm super excited to learn from Christina Hollinger. She is a master feng shui artist. I don't even know what you would call her, but we're going to learn all about it. And we have some fun transits coming up next week too, with the Leo moon and then the full moon in Virgo. We'll be talking about next Friday. Lots of fun stuff ahead. And I hope to see you there. I hope you'll join me for it. I'm so grateful that you joined me today, that you showed up for yourself, that you showed up for this community. I love you for being here. If this video was helpful for you, go ahead and like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers in order to monetize these videos and keep doing them for you for free. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I would be so, so grateful. And yes, Shauna, I just dipped my toe into feng shui. I don't know a lot about it, which is why I'm really excited for next week's episode. So if you have any questions for Christina, let me know. Let me know in the comments below or message me on Instagram. All right, everybody, have a beautiful weekend. I will be dancing in my living room probably on Saturday night right along with you. So know that I'm leaning into the magic right there with you, and know that whatever comes up for you is meant to come up for you. Believe that it's serving a purpose. It's here to show you something so you can clear it and keep moving forward. Get that Leo energy going by the end of the weekend. I will see you right back here on Monday morning. But until then, stay curious. Thank you so much for joining us and aligning with the energy of the universe today. If you enjoyed this morning's episode of Transits Today, you can join our live astrology discussion every weekday morning right here wherever you're watching. And head to thespiritualjournalist.com to read your daily astrology forecast and browse the Spiritual Shop. The most fun way to help keep these forecasts free and support more content like this is to buy yourself a little something on our website. But if you're feeling extra generous, you can also buy me a coffee to fuel future live streams. Just tap the link in the description or head to buymeacoffee.com and search The Spiritual Journalist. And speaking of, you can also tune in to The Spiritual Journalist, our weekly live interview where we ask our guests questions about everything from crystals and manifestation to mental health and the environment. Those conversations stream live right here wherever you're watching now every Tuesday. I'm so grateful you found us here, and I can't wait for our next conversation.